A New York man is facing a manslaughter charge in New York after police say he beat another man to death who was allegedly trying to rape his wife. Police arrested and charged 61-year-old Mamadou Diallo Monday. Diallo's wife, Nene Gala, was at home with her sister when she answered a knock at her door. That's when police said an attacker, now identified as 43-year-old Earl Nash, pushed his way in and began beating Nene Gala and ripping off her clothes. The woman was able to break free and call her husband, who was outside the building. Police say that call sent Mamadou Diallo running into the building armed with a tire iron, where he caught his wife's attacker, seen here. A fight broke out in the hall, and police said Diallo beat Nash unconscious. Nash later died at a New York hospital. Randy Zelin is a criminal defense attorney. So, Randy, explain the manslaughter charge here.
Manslaughter basically is a homicide that is reduced as a result of what we call either heat of passion or an extreme emotional disturbance. When you kill someone, if I were to kill someone, but the circumstances were such that I was acting under the heat of passion in the moment, under an extreme emotional disturbance, that would reduce the homicide, the murder, down to a manslaughter, which is a less serious crime, carries with it a less serious possible sentence.
So we believe that he was a cab driver, Diallo, and so he came in with a tire iron. How does that change things?
This is one of those cases where you see the difference between the law, legally, what the book says, and then the living, breathing law. As far as the law goes, as the books say, if Mr. Diallo's defense is one of self-defense, or as we call justification, he's got two problems. Number one, the defense is one where you actually have to be operating under a reasonable belief that either you are in imminent danger of being hurt or you are protecting a third person. So the fact that this took place in the hallway after the bad guy, if you will, the victim, attempted to rape or do harm to his wife, apparently it was already over. The guy's out the door. So that's the first problem of self-defense, particularly if his claim is I was defending my wife. That was already over. His second problem is the fact that you can only use deadly force to meet deadly force. You can only use deadly force to stop a rape, a kidnapping, a robbery, or a homicide. So again, this took place in the hallway. So that is his second problem. But fortunately for him, computers don't decide his fate. Human beings do. And in all likelihood, a prosecutor will take this case, say, wow, what do I do here? Send the case to the grand jury, and I can reasonably assure you that this man will never, ever get indicted, even if technically he should be.
What about the fact that Earl Nash has a record of 19 prior arrests? How does that factor into things?
That factors into what I just said, which is legally, Mr. Diallo may have a problem in terms of his legal defenses, but as a practical matter, a man who almost comes into breaking up his wife, being raped or being sexually assaulted by someone who has been arrested 19 times, has a rap sheet longer than my arm. Those are reasons why a grand jury may very well say, listen, I don't care what happened here. The guy may legally have been wrong, but I would have done the exact same thing. And he does not get indicted.
So what do you think happens now here? I mean, the question is the Bronx DA moving forward. How do you see things playing out? One
of the nice things about the grand jury, as much as we like to say that a grand jury can indict a ham sandwich, right, as His Honor Judge Wachtler once said, you can also, as a prosecutor, use the grand jury to do the right thing. As a prosecutor, I may not feel comfortable deciding I'm not bringing criminal charges against this person, particularly if legally I should. So what do? I send the case to the grand jury. I give instructions to the prosecutor, play it down the middle. Be fair about this. As a defense lawyer, if Mr. Diallo hires a seasoned defense lawyer, the defense lawyer will certainly, if the prosecution doesn't call the wife, and I would assure you that they will, certainly I would consider having my client testify in the grand jury, waive immunity, explain what happened, and as a practical matter, I don't believe this man will ever get indicted. He and his family have suffered enough.
It seems like that would be compelling testimony. Yes. All right, Randy Zelin, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.